Welcome back to another Ab Nation with hockey coach Coach Frenchy directly for the beautiful country of Thailand. Tonight, we have a special guest. Russ Cohen is going to be with us talking about the NHL Draft 2024, the Metropolitan Division, and of course, it's fun question you have about the NHL for the upcoming season. Russ, well known around the world of the hockey, wrote over 10 books, and he follow MLB, NFL, hockey. You can find him everywhere on the social media. And of course, he is really involved with the Twitter all the time. So we can easy to follow him. That he's going to be with us for about 30 to 35 minutes. And why not, to further ado, to welcome him back for another time is make his annual visit. Mr. Russ Cohen. He is in the house tonight. Welcome back, Russ.
Coach, how are you?
Pretty good, you?
I'm doing good. Best time of the year, so very happy.
I know. You're really busy. We appreciate that your time you gave to us on this special night of Wednesday night. We are on the preseason NHL. I know we're all back about hockey. I'm sure you're excited for the season 2023-24. Tell us a bit more, we have grown a lot this channel in the last a couple years. Tell us a bit, our friend, what a little bit your background. I did very quickly what you did, but tell us a bit more about your background.
Yeah, sure. So, I write for EP Rinkside. That's do some scouting for them, and they're a offshoot of Elite Prospects. So it's all about prospects, and so I do that all the time, and that's part of my writing, plus on sportsology.com. I haven't written a book in a couple of years. That's fine. Like you said, I wrote 10, and that's good for now. We'll leave that at a nice round number. Other than that, I was just at the USHL Fall Classic. So for the last 5 days, saw about 15, 16 games of prospects for the upcoming draft. So, I stay busy.
That's a lot of work you did, of course, in hockey, and I think you did also in MLB, right?
Yeah, I do cover Major League Baseball for Full Press MLB, and also my own website. I'll do some full feature articles.
That's awesome to hear that. Are you excited for the season 2023-2024?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'll be at a Flyers preseason game at the end of the week. Was already at these games, was at camp. I enjoy it. I'm one of these guys that do watch the preseason games because I want to see how the younger players play before they get sent back.
Yeah, we are going to see what happening with the Flyers. We're going to talk about the Flyers in the next couple of minutes, about the Metropolitan Division, everything like that. I know you're very involved. Are you still in the Pennsylvania area or what, or New York area?
Yeah, yep, South Jersey. So I cover in the Pennsylvania area, and I do travel too.
Do you go to this fun game like the Devils, Rangers, Islanders, or are you really more involved with Flyers?
No, I'll go to other games around the league, but I do go cover all the Flyers home games for sure. But yeah, I get around a little bit, mostly in the Metro.
Awesome. The upcoming season's coming now. Do you have something you're looking for the upcoming season? What you're really more interested? Maybe a breakout season for different team or players, or for the 2023-2024?
Well, I'm going to watch the Sabres closely because with Devin Levi in net and the young guys that they have there, I'd like to see what they can do. I'm also going to be watching a fair amount of guys. I haven't done an article yet on who I think might win the Calder, so that's coming. And so yeah, I'll work on those things and see. There's always going to be breakout players. Like Levi could be one of those breakout players. He played a little last year, and there'll definitely be a few more. So maybe the Canadiens will even have one.
What about between the Ottawa Buffalo Sabres and the Detroit Red Wings? We know this is a big, team. Three teams are going to now the rebuilding or some kind of rebuilding for the last couple of years, and they really now getting better and better with maybe some kind of regression from Boston, maybe Tampa Bay. What do you feel about those three teams for the upcoming season. Do you see one of them make the playoff for the upcoming season?
I think the Sabres probably have the best chance, but it's hard for a rookie goalie to carry through a whole season. So we'll see how Devin Levi does. Detroit, I think, is still missing some scoring, so I don't think they're quite there yet. And I'm sorry, who was the other team?
Ottawa, Buffalo, and Detroit.
Yeah, I think Ottawa, I think, is still missing some goaltending. I do like their blue line. I love Jake Sanderson. I love Stutzla. There's some great talent there. I have to see some more meshing of that talent and some better goaltending for me to really buy in. So I think of those three, I think the Sabres may have the best chance.
Yeah, definitely about that. You just mentioned Levi.
Mhm.
Maybe the questionable for them is maybe the goaltender. We don't know really what Levi is going to do. Talking about Levi, a young prospect is coming off an NHL. We know during the summer the Ottawa Senator gave a contract at 8 years extension for Jake Sanderson. We know you really well know as a prospect players you follow for many years, more in the NCAA. What do you think about Jake Sanderson? Do you think it's really what a lot of people are questionable about his 30 point he did? How you feel about Jake Sanderson in the next 3, 4, 5 years for the Ottawa Senator?
I really like Jake Sanderson. I think his skating is elite. I think his vision is terrific. He's a guy that can work the power play. He's not a super high point guy where he's going to get like 75 points, but he might be like a 50-point guy that does everything really well. His breakouts are good. He's a smart defender. He's going to get more physical as the years go on. He's going to be one of the smarter defensemen in the league. So I don't think that was a gamble for that contract. I think they had to do it. I think they got a deal.
Absolutely. You have a great career. I think it was with North Dakota, if I can recall it. NCAA, right?
Yeah, yeah, he was really good with North Dakota. I watched him with the program for a couple of years, the
Yeah.
NTDP, and there was a lot to see. And he was always very mature, and so I'm just yeah, I can't imagine him having a bad season, and I just think he's going to get better and better. So I do think that that was a heck of a signing for them.
Great skater, by the way. You know, I maybe be wrong here. Maybe you're going to correct me. But when I look at Jake Sanderson, I try to always when I look at prospect, who I can compare or what kind of player I can you can remember. We're not young anymore, so we saw many many players. For me, it remind me a lot of Scott Niedermayer. Played for the Devils for many years at the Docks. The way he skate, the way he control the game. I know Niedermayer may be more offensive players, but the way he's fluid skater. I think Sanderson very close at Scott Niedermayer. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but let me know.
Well, I never think there's a true right or wrong. I'm not a guy that likes to give comps or comparisons, but I do think the skating part with Niedermeyer is pretty apt. I do think Sanderson has a lot of that. He has a lot of that escapability. He's really good with his edge work. So I do think you're on to something with that.
That's awesome. Moving for Atlantic, let's move on for the Metropolitan, where there's really what you are involved with the New Jersey Devils, the Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins, and now with a Columbus Blue Jacket with some kind of transformations during summer with backup out, and then they sign a couple of players over there. It's another team is maybe getting a little bit better year. The Devils, we know what they accomplished last year and this for upcoming season. Pittsburgh with Carlson now. Washington is maybe not sure. But how do you feel about the Metropolitan Division for the upcoming season?
Yeah, Metro is going to be a hard division. I mean, I was watching a little bit of the Flyers Islander, not Flyers Islanders, Rangers Islanders preseason game just now. There's a lot of talent in this division. Uh, the Islanders may be third or fourth worst team, and and then certainly a team that could make the playoffs. So I think Washington's actually got their hands full. It may be a tough year for them, even though uh, they're a good team. It's just the division may be too tough. So and even Columbus definitely improved. I don't know if they improved enough to be a playoff team now, but they definitely improved. And just even Adam Fantilli is a big add. Uh, talent wise. So I think they'll be much better. So there's no days off for these teams that play against the Metro. None.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It would be really interesting. For me, I know a lot of people, I see the Pittsburgh slightly go inside of that upcoming season as a playoff team. I feel like they have, if Travis Jarry can become the same goaltender he was 2 years ago, I think Pittsburgh have maybe a good chance. The only problem there is the injury at Jake Guanzel could be the problem for them to fill up the spot. But I think that team with a couple of older players sign up for the bottom six could help him to go through the playoff. Because really, we don't know about the Islanders, what they're going to be. This is a team, the Washington Capitals, of course, we're not sure. And after that, we know you cover a lot of Flyers. We know they make a lot of transformation. They switched from Daniel Briere now. Still Tortorella is over there, but they try to rebuilding. I would say the word rebuilding. We don't like to hear that, but that's the reality behind that. They make some couple of trade. One of them, it's Kevin Hayes and many others. So how you feel about the Flyers overall? Did you like the move already from Daniel Briere? And what do you think about the selection of Mitch Lichton?
Super chat. Job right now. I would say right now they're in that rebuilding stage even further back than what the Canadiens were. So I don't think they're that far off from where Montreal is, but I think they're in that similar mode. So it's going to be a while. I do think their management's fine, but I do think they're in a situation where it's going to take time. It could take 3 to 5 years still. I know fans don't want to hear that, but I really do think that could happen. You could see even with just the Canadiens. I mean, there's a lot of talent building in Montreal, and they're still not even close. So just imagine for a team like the Flyers, they're going to go through that too.
Yeah, you're absolutely about that for sure. Do you expect more move from the Flyers like Konechny or Carter Hart or any other players for them? Sean Couturier could be one. I don't know. I know he's saying he can contract his injury, but do you feel like at some point the Flyers could make a move before the season or maybe during the trade deadline?
Not before the season. At the deadline, sure. Right now Konechny's not been playing, so they got to see if there's an injury there or not. Couturier, I don't think will go anywhere this year. That contract's just too long. I think he's going to have to stay healthy for more than a few years to be able to get moved. Lawton, I think, is sort of safe right now, even though there's a lot of value there. I don't think they're going to just deal him. And Carter Hart could get dealt because he doesn't have a contract, and we don't know what else is going to go on with Hockey Canada and such. So I think you have to wait for those things to kind of play themselves out. So it's possible Carter Hart could get dealt at the deadline.
Yeah, we'll be able to see how they're going to. We want to say thanks so much, Sean B, for the $20 super chat. We appreciate a lot, everybody. Thanks, everybody. We're going to, after Russ leave the building, we want to talk about the Montreal Canadiens for sure. Talking about the Montreal Canadiens, what do you feel about them for the upcoming season? I know that people are here in the chat about the Montreal Canadiens, honestly. I want to ask you this, and I don't know if you follow really what's going on with the Adam Duck with Trevor Zegras.
Yeah.
We know they have some kind of disagreement between them and the Ducks for his contract. But what do you feel about maybe a team could offer a trade in return? What would be the cost to get Trevor Zegras if ever the Ducks would love to trade him?
I mean, the cost would be really high. I mean, do you want to lose Kirby Dach? Do you want to lose Owen Beck? Do you want, it's going to be a draft pick. Do you want to lose all that for Zegras and then still have to pay him? I think that's probably not in the best interest of Montreal right now. I think they'll get a deal done in Anaheim. I just think, for whatever reason, Verbeek's playing hardball because he realizes that with all the talent that Zegras has, he's probably, in that $7.5, $8 million range, but he hasn't really done it as a full all-around player. He's done it mostly as an offensive player. So I think that's probably the hesitation.
Yeah, I agree with you. You follow the national team development. Of course, he was a part of this. He played in the NCAA. Zegras scored 23 goals back-to-back year, 61 points, 62 points in that area range. A little bit what Jake Hughes did his first 3 seasons with the Devils. I know after that he got a breakout season. I think, 99 points this year, 102 points. I cannot recall it exactly the number.
It was like 99, yeah.
So, how do you feel about Zegras? Is it that Anna said it would be like Jack Hughes, but do you feel like Zegras have the skill and the talent to get that kind of number between 85 to 95 points at some point and with the Ducks?
Yeah, I think 80, 85 is possible for him, but I do think he needs more talent with him. Maybe Leo Carlson down the road will be that guy. I think he has to have a little bit more talent with him all around. I think Jack Hughes took a little while to figure out the position in the league, and once he figured out the position, he has more talent around him. He's got a better, defenseman in Hamilton, and so in Dougie Hamilton. And that's not to say Drysdale's not good, but he's been a little injury prone. So I think a lot of those other things have to kick in for him to be able to get those kinds of points.
Yeah, absolutely about that. We have a question. I will pick up a couple questions back and forth before we talk about the NHL prospect 2024. A couple of prospects for the Montreal Canadiens. You definitely maybe not follow a lot, but you follow at some point. And I thought I'd ask you about what do you think about the decision with Mike Babcock overall? What happening with the Columbus jacket, and then I would add one more with that part. Is it a time the NHL? We talk about the recycled coach all the time. I heard yesterday Pierre LeBrun talk about Gérard Galland is excited to come back maybe at some point. Is it a time the NHL should shifting from the old coaches to get a little bit more opposite for the youngest coaches for the NHL head coach at some point?
Yeah, I do think some of these recycled coaches are not good for the game. We saw what happened with Babcock. I think perfect example, like Marty St. Louis has been good for the game. I think he at first started to run the team and said, "Hey, there's no systems." He kind of made it fun for the guys. After a while, you can't do that. But I think it was a good entry point for the team. I like what he said the other day about Slavkovsky because I think he's right about Slavkovsky. I think the organization handled it wrong, and I think he should have been in the AHL right out of the gate last year. And there's no shame if he goes to the AHL this year. That's fine by me. I think he does need to gain confidence that way, and that is the way to do it. And I think Marty knows. And I think more coaches like that, I think, are better for the league right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But I agree with you. And then the youngest, I think they have those kind of they learn about communication. They follow a bit more what it takes to talk with the players, something like that, compared like the old school of coaches. Unfortunately, that's the reality behind that. We have a question from William McCleary. Earlier, you talked about the Ottawa Senator. Who is better, Chikron or Thomas Chabot for the Ottawa Senator?
Well, right now I'm going to go with Chychrun. I think Chabot. There was a time where his offense and his skating were tremendous, but I think he's got some mileage on him now. I mean, Ottawa's hung some ridiculous minutes on him the last couple of years, so I think Chychrun right now has the higher upside.
Yeah, I agree with you about that. We have another question about the Jets. They ask, what do you feel about the Jets? We know they have a little bit like a turnover trait. Pierre-Luc Dubois, they got Villari and Yafalo, two players, solid player for them, recuperé. Plus, they got, after that, they buy out Blake Wheeler, their ex-captain, 2 years ago. And now they may be looking for Hellebuck and Mark Sheffley. Overall, what your expectation for the Jets for the upcoming season? Rick Barnes, a coach from this team for his second year with the team now.
Yeah, I'm a big Jets fan. I know they're 1-2, and they're probably going to lose to Kansas City. Oh wait, wrong Jets. I think I'm kidding. That's the NFL, right? I think with the Winnipeg Jets, it's an interesting thing that's going on with them with Hellebuck. I think they're going to end up letting him walk at the end of the year, but I think they're going to need him during the season to make a playoff run. I felt like if Josh Morrissey could have stayed healthier a little longer last year, that was a career year. Like he was a Norris candidate, and he was for me. I wrote him that way, so I was really happy for Josh Morrissey. So I just feel like they still have the team. I think they have an issue of retaining players. I don't know what was going on with Blake Wheeler in the locker room. I know they had some locker room issues there. Maybe it was a little divided. Wheeler just scored his first goal in his first game for the Rangers tonight in preseason. Looks pretty good. Maybe he just needed a change of scenery, but I still think Winnipeg's a pretty good team. I just think they're one of those playoff bubble teams.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to follow that team for sure. He's going to make some move or not. It's a team really They made barely the playoff last year, so we'll be what happened with them for the upcoming season for sure. For that, we have a question about the Boston Bruins for Willie Snyder. He said, "Do you see the Bruins winning the East in 2024?" But I would add. With that, with the departure of Bergeron Krejcik, what do you feel now for the next upcoming season, for the upcoming, they make looking for the center, or do you think they will wait 1 year before they make some move when they're going to have a little bit more money for the 2024, 2025?
No, I think they're going to have to get a center maybe at the deadline. They can get past it right now with Zaka playing center, but again, I think he's going to have to play too high up to really be effective at that position because he hasn't really played that position in the NHL. So I think they have some problems that way. Uh, they have a chance to make the playoffs, but I don't know if this is going to be a year that they can do that. They're going to have to get a ton out of their blue line, and they have a great blue line. Let's see what the goaltending tandem looks like again, because that could change. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Bruins losing those guys. I know Lucic's back, so people will feel good about it, but they're also a playoff bubble team in my eyes.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, like Ulmark, his best year in the NHL. Can you repeat again? Like you just talked about Josh Morrissey, his best year last year with the Jet. Can they repeat that? We have a few people, a few players.
Really good. I like Allmark. I think he's really good, but he's also got Swayman over his shoulder. I don't know how that's going to be again this year. But no, the goaltending I'm not expecting to be an issue. I think the issue is going to be just them actually producing offense. I know they have Pasternak, and that's fine. Marchand's getting a little older, but I just think there could be a problem with them producing offensively.
I'm going to carry on now in Canada, Mr. Russ. You have a question for Marco. He said you could be if you could be the GM for any Canadian team with its existing asset, who would you choose? Which team would you like to get to become a GM?
It's a good question. I think I would go with the Ottawa Senators. I feel like they've done a pretty good job, and I could get them over the hump. I would definitely be looking to, the whole thing with Gustafsson and stuff. Look how good Philip Gustafsson is now. They had him, they lost him. Minnesota's got him, and they're not going to ever give him up. I just feel like Ottawa is just so close. If they just had goaltending and maybe one other defenseman, maybe Tyler Clevin will be that guy this year. I think that they could be really good. So if it were me, I would take a swing at Ottawa because they're very close.
Yeah, do you feel like Pierre Dorion or DJ Smith are like in danger at some point with the new owner Michael Handler?
Well, I think Pierre Dorion could be in trouble. I think if the team doesn't make the playoffs this year, I think just new ownership couldn't get rid of him in the offseason because they didn't really have the team. So he gets one more year, and he's going to have to make the playoffs. If he doesn't, I think he'll be gone. DJ Smith probably would be gone too, but I don't think he's done a bad job. I just think he just hasn't elevated the team enough.
We know a lot of people know you as a loss. You know a lot about a prospect, and you have a question for Nartap because friends of Montreal Canadiens. If you have to redo the draft of 2022 when Montreal selected number one overall, what it would be your top five? If you remember, it was Sakoski, Nemec, and of course Cooley, Wright, and Gauthier, if I can recall it, and then
Yeah.
Chirechek or Chirechek Gauthier. What it would be if you have to do it again? It's not like don't worry if you said that no Sakoski, no what about that, but
No, I mean I'm not a big redraft guy. I did think that Cooley was worthy of being two. I didn't really have him at one. I really had Shane Wright at one, but now, of course, I would put Cooley at one. So it would be Cooley. It would be Slavkovsky, Nimich. I think Gauthier, and I might put Korchinski up there now. I don't think I had Korchinski high enough. I think that's I was worried about his all around game, but his offense is so good. Uh, I would like to say though that I wish fans would ease up on Slavkovsky because just because he's 238 like he was last year doesn't mean he doesn't have less body fat. I mean, he certainly has had a full year of training now in him, and I'm sure he's in better shape. Uh, Power forwards take time. Look at Tage Thompson. Like you can't just start looking at Logan Cooley and say, "Wow, we would take Logan Cooley over Slavkovsky every day of the week. You don't know that yet. You don't know for 3 or 4 years. Slavkovsky could really be something, but again, mostly with power forwards, it just takes time. There's a lot of moving parts, and I do think he was rushed. So I say give it time. Yeah, that's my best recollection if I redid the top 5, but I really do like Slavkovsky and do think he'll be fine, but it's going to take some time.
Absolutely, I agree with you. A great article after the game. For me, I love hockey. I love the interview after the game, right? Martin Louis is so good talking about hockey, and
Yeah.
Jack Hughes is expressed exactly. They asked him what he felt about Sakowski right now. He said, "Look, my first year was so hard. 18 game, no goal, adversity. I need to learn about that and make me now to become better hockey player." So the word patient, like he just said, this is the key for those young players show up in the NHL. Look, I don't want to leave you out here without talking about the NHL Draft 2024 for the upcoming season for next year. And we have I put what I know or what I know. I know many, but I try to get you. I don't want to squeeze you. Any player is missing there. And just, you don't have to talk about each one of them, but maybe the people. For me, what we do here, I try to give information for the people, learn a bit more. And I feel like I don't know, until this year, because I moved in Thailand, I've been at the NHL draft for many, many years before the COVID hit everything. The people are more involved. I don't know if it's because Montreal is rebuilding, but I feel like the fans are more involved. The draft is bigger now, and the TV followed by many, many people now. But what do you feel about the NHL Draft 2024? First of all, do you think is this great year? If it is, which position do you feel is going to be good? And I did not mention any goalie at the end. So if you have any goalie you think they should be at some point, but give us a bit what you thought about the NHL Draft 2024.
Okay. I'm not at the point where I'm going to talk about goalies yet. I'm not even at the point yet where I'm going to tell you if I think it's a strong draft or not. I think 1 through 10, I think you're going to be in really good shape. And I think that's where, Montreal is going to be. I mean, you're missing Hagen up here, but that's okay. I just watched him with the NTDP, and that was my first viewing of him this year. I like Cole Eiserman a lot. I just watched a lot of him. Celebrini, I do think, is the best. Lashunov has got great size and skating ability, so he's going to be a lot to handle. Kivaharu, I need a full season now, because I think 2 years ago we thought more of him. So that one's going to be interesting to see. Cole Hudson did not look great to me these last couple of games that I just saw. His skating ability is really good. I don't think he is like Lane. I think he's different, and I think he might not even be a first rounder. So Adam Jiricek, definitely a terrific player. So yeah, I look at it right now, and I'm not even sure Cole Eiserman's a top 5. I need to figure out a little bit more about his game. I know he just had a hat trick in his last NTDP game, but again, there's a lot of things that go on. Like even 2 years ago with Logan Cooley, he had a horrible first go at the beginning of the year. He wasn't good at the Fall Classic. I remember I spoke to him maybe a month after the Fall Classic, and he was kind of like, I was back in my hometown. My head was sort of in the clouds. I've got it together now. Then the next time I saw Logan Cooley, he looked like a star. So you can't put too much into the early season stuff. Some of these guys I watched last year, like I did see Celebrini last year. I did see Eiserman last year. Lashunov. Some of these guys I've seen last year, but then you also have to try and bridge it together where they are now compared to where they were last year. So yeah, you've got some of the right names, and I won't be doing a list for a while. So
of course,
it's exciting. It'll be an exciting draft, though, for sure.
I did not want to put you on the hot seat tonight. By the way, I did not want to. I just want to inform everybody. I believe I'm right, but I think Lev Chinov looked like a Russian hockey player, play in NCAA, right?
Yes.
Right? I think, is it Michigan?
Yes. Is it Michigan? I think it's Michigan. No, you know what? Hold on. I got to see where he is.
That's all right. But I know Leshana, but my question behind that, it was like, Demidov, he play right now in the KHL. I follow a couple of games with him. He made the roster. Mishkov is out. Go back to Sochi. Do you feel like this? Do you still want to be close to the 2024 draft? It will be the same story about Demidov and Michkov. Like people would go down again because in another vision, and he's going to be a star. What do you feel about that situation for Demidov? Or he will be completely different?
No, I think he'll be a really good player. I haven't seen enough of him where I want to. It's Michigan State for Lishunov.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't know where Demidov is in for my list yet. I'm not there yet, so I just feel like I'm not going to comment on him. But and I know people are, he has no points in 4 games just at the KHL, but the KHL's hard when you're a young guy. So I just think people should also look at that and say, all right, you got to wait a little while. I think Mitchkov is fine. I do think he has some things to work out, and I think that's part of the reason he got loaned, and that's okay. I mean, it's not all about getting points, as you know, because there's going to be other things that are going to come up in your hockey career, and that's going to be a big factor. James Hagens, though, who I was talking about, has 4 points in his first 2 games. He could be a top 5 guy in my eyes. So that's somebody that you want to watch. A guy who came out really of never out of nowhere because he's with the NTDP, but Logan Hensler, a defenseman, looked really, really good this past week. So he's another guy that I'll certainly be writing about, and exciting to see what he can do, because I didn't really even have him as a potential, like, mid-range 20th maybe overall, something like that, first round pick. And now, I'm looking at him like, oh, I have some expectations for him. So, there's going to be plenty of guys that are going to pop in and out of this year. And, so I don't do any list until like the World Juniors after
That's
that.
awesome. I don't want to leave you before you talk about the Montreal Canadiens prospect, and maybe you don't have to go deep, and I'm sure you know their name. You at some point you follow them. Tripler, I want to talk about maybe another one after that, but Luke Hudson, Jacob Fowler, and David Rebacker, ABC. 20 seconds for each player. You want to talk about them and what your expectation at some point they can. Do you feel like they're going to maybe? I understand. We know the job scouting prediction. Follow the draft. It's not easy. You don't know exactly what could happen. But what are you feeling about those 3 players?
Yeah, I like Reinbacher a lot. I don't know if I would have picked him in the spot they did, because I don't know about his offense. I know about his physicality and his skating and his hockey sense and his defensive play, and all of those are good. Offense, we'll see. We'll see where that goes down the line. But I think he's a really good player, and there's no doubt he's an NHLer. Lane Hudson is special in this, what he can do in the offensive zone, but he's going to have to be NHL average as a defender, and that's going to take a little while. So we'll see. His puck retrieval is going to have to be on point. Everything offensively is great, his escapability and all of those things. He's an exciting player, but he is going to have to be able to be out there and defend against some big players. And so that's something where, like a Sam Girard has done in Colorado, it's not easy to do. So that's going to be his challenge. Fowler, I like a lot. I think what they were saying about Fowler, about training and being pudgy and all these things, were bizarre. I spoke to Fowler maybe like an hour or two before he got drafted. He gave me a call, and I was, he won a championship. He's a really good positional goalie. He could end up be your goalie down the line. I like Caden Primo, but I think they got Fowler in mind, where they said, all right, let's see where he is in the next 3 years, because he could be that guy. Like I said, he's already started off with a nice pedigree, winning a championship, and I do feel like he's got a good head on his shoulders, good frame. So I'm excited about him. I like Owen Beck a lot too. I think Owen Beck is a guy. I just spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, and Beck looks really good. Like he's a terrific all around player. And the Canadiens do have this thing where they'll rush some players, and I don't want them to rush Owen Beck, but I think he might give them pause to do that at some point. But really, really good all around center who's got offensive ability, good skating, very smart. So I think he's a determined kid.
Yeah, absolutely about that. Great analysis about those players. Now, I don't know if you follow him. The name's getting a little bit more out now in Montreal area. It's called Bogdan Kushniavkov. I don't know his last name. Kinyashov, I believe his last name. I don't know. He's a right defenseman, 5'10", 5'11", playing catch.
Yeah, him I don't have. Kinyashov, I don't have a lot on. Volkan, I don't have anything on. Luke Middlestad, I watched a lot of. I think he's got really excellent skating ability and definitely some offensive potential. He's got to work on his defensive end and his own end. I think that's the big thing for him.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Sam Harris, I
Go
watched
ahead.
some of Sam Harris, and I do think there's something there offensively. I do think the hockey sense has got to get improved, but I do think there's some good offensive tools there with Sam Harris too.
Question for William. Did you follow last week the USHL Classic last weekend?
Yeah, I was there. So yes, I followed it. Saw
Any
all the
name,
games.
any 2, 3 name you can pick it up out?
Yeah, well, Cole Heiserman, James Hagens, Hensler. Those were three names that right out of the gate. There were a few more from the USHL, but right now they were the biggest guys. I think Trevor Connolly, another big name. He could be a anywhere from top 10 to top 20 player. He's with the Tri-City Storm, so that's another big name.
That's awesome.
And that's
Concern
I did an
about the
interview.
weight and the size of Lane Hudson.
Okay, was going to say I did do an interview with Trevor Connolly, and that's up on fullpresshockey.com. So people want to check that out. Yeah, with Lane Hudson, he's definitely going to have to put on some more muscle. The speed's there, the elusiveness is there. He does a lot of things you can't teach. So I do want to say I think he's probably like got a 75-80% chance of being an NHLer because I think he's doing everything right. He's a guy that you absolutely cannot rush into the NHL because you want that man strength to be there so that he can handle just the other physical part of the game or just being able to be out there to handle some of the bigger players. Because again, he's going to have a bigger player with him on his pairing to kind of help him out so that he could stray offensively. And so that's the thing. So I'm looking for those things to happen, but not quickly.
Yeah. Would be interesting how he's going to turn around this year. We know his brother, I believe, Cole, is joined his team for the upcoming season. I think it would be how you feel about Boston College, Boston University for the NCAA for the upcoming season.
For who? What
Boston
player?
College versus Boston
Boston
University.
College.
We know college have Gauthier Fowler, if I can recall it properly, and
Yeah.
University.
They have a really good team. There's no question. Cutter Gauthier is one of their better guys. They've got the whole NTDP line with Will Smith and Perot. So, yeah, they're going to be something this year. No question about it. Looking for big things. I don't know if they can win it all, but I think they're going to put a lot of scare into teams for sure. Fowler will be a nice thing for them. I don't know if he'll get to be the starter right away. I think he will, but sometimes in college hockey they'll wait a little while on the younger guy. But that's like I said, I really like Jacob Fowler. I think he has a really bright future. But again, at 18, it's sometimes hard to be that guy for college hockey. So if they push him in slowly, I'm okay with that.
This is the reason why we love Russ. His hockey very well. He expressed all about an NHL prospect every year. And hopefully, Russ, you're going to come back not every year now, maybe a little bit later during the season. But the best way to reach you, if I can call it, is on the Twitter is Sportsology, right?
Yes, that's the way. Yep, at Sportsology. Any of those outlets, go listen to our podcasts. I'm on every Tuesday at 12:15 on Sirius XM with Mick Kern. Yeah, and I'll be on this Tuesday. It'll be the first show of the year.
That's awesome to hear that. Listen, Russ, we really appreciate your time you give to us. I know we give, you tell me about 30, 35. I try to extend a little bit more, but we really appreciate that. We'd love to have you back again. Let people really excited about the upcoming season, and they really like the way you bring your information about different prospect, and that would be great if you have a chance and a possibility to come back at some point before the end of 2023, if you don't mind.
Yeah, happy to. Anytime. Yep. Always enjoy talking to you, talking about prospects and answering questions. Don't mind any of it. I really like it.
Thanks so much, Russ. Look forward to see you next time. Until then, be careful. And like you said, NFL, what's your team again?
The New York Jets. It's tough.
What's happening now without Aaron Rodgers? How you feel about the rest of the season?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I'm hoping they could just survive and somehow stay in it. They just signed Trevor Siemian, so I don't know what he might be able to do. They have a pretty good team, but with Aaron Rodgers going down, it never looked great. But I'm still having hope.
Are you a big fan like Gary V?
Oh, I'm a bigger fan than Gary V. I mean, Gary V's got a lot of money, but I was a fan way before Gary V was a fan. I'm a long time fan.
That's awesome, Russ. Thanks so much, my friend. Look forward to seeing you the next time, my friend. Have a good one.
Okay, see you, Coach. Take care.
All right. It was Russ Cohen, guys, with us tonight on the special night of the NHL Draft 2024. The reason we bring him, guys, is you feel it. I apologize, I cannot get all the question you ask to him. I tried to pick it up. It's a fun question he can answer. But again, hopefully you enjoy Russ. And look, it will be back. But I have a bigger news before we start the show tonight. Marco D'Amico is back with us. He's not back, but he will appear next Wednesday night, just before the upcoming season, 2023-2024. Marco D'Amico work on his friend channel at TSN on radio, writer, reporter. Follow the Montreal Canadiens now for the Hockey Now, Montreal Now, so Montreal Hockey Now, something like this. I apologize, I don't know his website. But Marco confirmed with me, not only one time, 10 times he's coming for the upcoming season. We're going to get him at least one time per week, one time per month, if possible more at some point. So this is a great news for us to have Marco D'Amico with us co-host Wednesday night at some point. And then we're going to have, again, we just wait for Russ Cohen to give up his date. Tim Turk, he's on the deck in October, and we try to bring, guys, more people, more involved. Hopefully, you enjoy those kind of people join us. We crossed the 7,000 subscriber, and we try to deliver the best content we can give to you guys about the Montreal Canadiens and the NHL area. Look, I could be in the chat to set everybody one by one welcome in the house, but it would take too long time. We are behind. I want to give you everything what happening with the Montreal Canadiens in the last 24 hours. Going through talking about the Montreal Canadiens, the recap of the game, an interview with Martin Saint-Louis in French. But I look like he took the tip of Inartap when Inartap talked about the chess and checker. Look like Martin Saint-Louis talk about this in French. What you think about Owen Beck and Sakoski and many others. So we have a lot of things to talk about this night on the subject. But before that, yes, 2 weeks from tonight, Nick Suzuki is the upcoming season, guys, for the Montreal Canadiens. Tonight we have Russ Cohen with us, and then we're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens, like I just mentioned to you. And you follow, guys. This year, we try to bring to you every morning when you wake up. I know people do this after the game. I recap game with the highlights on the Montreal Canadiens. I give you a little bit more information about who score and who have a good game, bad game. And I give you a little bit the reason we do about a 5, 6, 7 video per day. We try to bring to you guys at least a couple comments about the game. So that's what we got for you for the Hockey Nation and the Ab Nation. So tonight, guys, it was a day off for the Montreal Canadiens. I don't know if you follow Montreal, but nobody nowhere to find. Everybody recovery, and they don't have a lot of day off. I'm sure they take advantage of that one for that. And we have you're welcome in Rabinov. Abination, I don't think he likes me good. Guess to Abination. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes to Marco for the price of one. It's awesome. About this, Frenchy talking. Guys, any question you can add more. I'm going to talk about this. But I want to talk a little bit more about the game between the between the New Jersey Devils and the Montreal Canadiens happening yesterday. Montreal lost by the score of 4-2. My subject on my video, we have a Gus Dimension sign, a new, gave us a new subscriber of the show tonight. Welcome. I didn't forget yet. I told you I would go to do it after Russ leave the building. Guys, we got a $20 from Sean B. Super Chat number 1 of the night. Oh, we have maybe a price is right. Super Chat, Sean B. Sean B in the house with a $20 super chat. Thanks so much for that. And yes, up, no, that way over there, you got in the corner over there, the box score NHL is back. Now you can get all the scores during the night we do the show. Right now, the 4-2 Rangers versus the New York Islanders. And I'll give you a little bit more information what happening in NHL every night. That's what we try to get. Again, we try to give you countenance information about what we do. By the way, a lot of people are back now. The hockey is back, so people are pop up at the channel. I got a new text from Reggie today. He is back now. He will be with us a couple of times. Reggie from Vancouver. Love the Montreal Canadiens. We have a Google account. Coach, do you think a team will claim Primo off waiver? That's a great question about that one there. I would say no. And the reason behind that, it's not about Primo performance or what he look like. It's Primo contract. He still have a 2 years contract. And obviously, he has a one-way. It's a really strange contract. He got about 890,000, I believe. It's below 900. And if he play in NHL. But if he play in American Hockey League, he get less, little bit like maybe 700 or 800. Not many teams in NHL can carry on a goaltender, take a chance. They don't know yet what he would be and pay that kind of money in the American Hockey League. So, again, I could be wrong, but this is one red flag about Primo if ever he go on the waiver. Does it make sense to you, Mr. Google, about that? The Primo has some percent issue is going to throw right now is what I'm reading about that one over there. Possible too, but again, sorry, I was as a show, no problem. Gislain, welcome in the house, guys. Welcome back. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Let's try to get 50 likes tonight. Let's make this happen. In question: if Ottawa sign Pinto over the next 2 weeks, days, who knows about this, William? Maybe complete. If Ottawa sign Pinto over the next 2, Primo has played himself the depth chart. William, if you can complete the question, that'd be great. If you don't mind. About that. Steve G, thanks so much, my friend. I appreciate that. Let's move on, guys, for the next thing I want to talk about. Who stood out during the game yesterday? And tonight I'm going to be a little bit more deeper, and I'm going to talk about how the Montreal Canadiens fans. And I don't want to target anybody here tonight. Don't feel like because you said comments yesterday, I'm targeting you tonight. I want every on the social media, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and I look about left and right. What are people thinking about? And my subject of the recap game yesterday, I know I put only recap in highlights, but I go a little bit deeper. I talk about the player are rusty. But we talk about during the press conference, the player are not ready yet. They have to come back in shape. The timing is not there. And some players have a good game, some have a really bad game. And the question behind that, guys, for me and what I read, and I look about all the number analytics. Some of you does not like the number analytics. But the team look about the number analytics. How many touch they touch the puck? How many was the puck, the TOI puck position with the puck during the game? What they create when they have the puck? And all this fun thing like that. And for all the analytics, guys, the best player for that, it was Anderson and Justin Barron. 2 players stepped up during the game yesterday. I like the speed of Anderson. I like the way he played yesterday around the Devils. He was engaged. He was involved. I really like the way his chemistry with Alex Newhook. And then Justin Barron. For me, Barron was the best defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. Because the other, they struggled. Most of them struggled. After Barron, I would say to you, Rebecca was maybe the best after that for the Montreal Canadiens. Obviously, others, they have the up and down during the game. Now you're going to talk about him the next couple of minutes. But Barron was really impressive for me. We have a really bad camp last year with the Montreal Canadiens. He's really prepared and ready for this camp, and he showed up yesterday. I really like his transition, his first pass. He was involved. You see him in offensive zone. He had 2 great shots, 2 good opportunities. He went all the way to the goal line at some point. I really liked the game of Justin Barron yesterday. Now I'm going to talk about Jesse Allen. Allen and Beck and what was the best line for the Montreal Canadiens yesterday on different analytic number, the goal for, the Corsi, the opportunities. Allen had 3 shots. Unfortunately for Allen, he have a penalty at the third period, create the 4 goal for the Devils. This is a coach does not like it. But just Allen have a really good game about the analytic number. I know you guys, you're looking the games friendly, and I can understand that. But we have to go a little bit more deeper. Owen Beck, 60% face-off yesterday. This is a great news for a Beck with the Montreal Canadiens. This is what's going to make the NHL. What about Joshua Roy yesterday? Roy every day is getting better and better and better. And it's getting so great to watch Joshua Roy. A great release, a quick release, by the way, with accuracy, and that will be a good game overall for Joshua Roy. So that line on the 4 line and the 3 players together, it was the best line for the Montreal Canadiens on opportunities on the offensive side of the game. It's a first game preseason, guys, at the end of the day, and that's normal. I don't analyze those players with negativity or who is better. This is going to be that way. Should be go down. Whatever. It's not this way. I just said what happening with the number, the 2R. 20 minutes for Mayu yesterday. 15 minutes for Rigbacker yesterday, and that's happening between the New Jersey and the Montreal Canadiens yesterday. Mayu is good. Let him set. Others, not others. Others like Farrell stood up badly. Coach, who do you put with Caulfield is key on the line? First line. We're going to talk about this in the next couple of minutes, guys, if you don't mind. I'm going to be so many people are pushing about Mayu. People said that we want to hold him back at like a PK. Mayu is good. Let him set. I agree, Byron. What is more NHL ready? Sakowski. Bunny House, welcome in the house. Hamlet was good on PK. Pezzetta, not so much. What is good? Don't bone him. We have everything initial game about that. And again, guys, my opinion, your opinion are the same level. I'm not better to anybody. I just pick it up what I learned, everything like that. I will go to here, guys. Martin Saint-Louis, the resume of the game. And unfortunately, guys, it's in French. I know many of you are not in French. I understand that. But I'm going to give you the translation of what Martin Saint-Louis talked after the game about his front players, Sakowski, Owen Beck, and la game de dame et checker. Another expression after the shies, the game have to play in the game. Martin Saint-Louis talked about la game, la dame, and the checker. The checker, chess and checker. So I'm going to listen him. I'm going to talk about him less minute. So I will take about, I think it's 1 minute, 20 seconds, guys. And I will get you respond in that feed and listening Martin Saint-Louis. And usually, guys, I try to go more in English, but the answer in English yesterday was not really what I was looking for. So again, I try to go the best I can for everybody. And here, Martin Saint-Louis yesterday.
Comment tu apprécies le travail offensif ce soir de Joshua Roy?
Ah, il y a eu des belles touches. Tu vois, c'est très intelligent. C'est où que ses coéquipiers sont. C'est comment aller chercher l'espace. Il y a beaucoup de... Ouais, il joue avec beaucoup de bonnes intentions.
Vu qu'il avait lancé une bonne piste, là, mais Owen Beck, autour de 60%, s'est mis en jeu ce soir, sans être spectaculaire, mais à quel point un jeu comme ça peut être important pour l'équipe?
Oui, mais c'est sûr, c'est une grosse partie de la game, gagner des face-offs quand tu pars avec la rondelle. Puis on le sait qu'il est bon là-dedans. Puis je suis sûr que c'est junior national, mais ça va être un rôle qu'il va faire.
Martin, j'aimerais ça revenir sur Mayu. Tu as parlé tantôt qu'il prend peut-être moins de chance à 85. Il a pris une coupe de chance sortie devant son filet. Des gars qui faisaient ça soir après soir dans le junior, ils arrivent et ils gardent le même style de jeu. Est-ce que tu aimes leur donner l'occasion de faire ça ou tu veux justement les retenir un peu pour faire comprendre qu'ils n'est plus dans la même situation?
Ben, c'est tout le contexte. Ça ne me dérange pas, moi, tu sors en arrière du net quand tu as l'espace. Je pense qu'au rang junior, les joueurs, ils attaquent plus l'adversaire au lieu d'attaquer plus l'espace. La Ligue nationale, c'est plus une game d'échecs, je te dirais, comparé à la Ligue junior. Les juniors, c'est plus une game de dames. Comprends-tu ce que je veux dire? Il y a beaucoup plus d'échecs. Fait que, tu sais, puis il y a des moments dans une game que faut que tu joues aux dames. Tu sais, puis je sais qu'on a des gars qui sont capables de faire ça. Mais la game d'échecs est beaucoup plus importante que la game de dames.
What a great expression, Martin Saint-Louis. This is what you have to listening Martin Saint-Louis all the time. Martin Saint-Louis don't talk to the media when he is answering. He is answering to you, fans, to understand the game. He talk about the fact like you don't attack straight. You don't attack the opponent players. You attack the space. You have to create the space to give you more freedom to move from left to right. Great again is another expression. Really happy about the performance of Joshua Roy. And then he's really happy about Owen Beck. That was approximately what he said about the three players for the Montreal Canadiens yesterday. And yeah, he talked about Mayu too, by the way. Échec et dame, Luc Lafortune, j'aime vraiment Martin Saint-Louis. Luc, Gary Cournoyer, Joshua stock is going to up. He's considered can use, and Martin will have no choice to make him a start of the season in Montreal. Check our 1, 2, or 3 step more. Frédéric Roy has been a great hockey IQ. Cannot take hockey. You have it. You don't. About that one. What do you? May you going to forecheck while down a man and decide to rush the puck and take a triplers on the slow classicity, but those are just bad choice for Mayu. About this one over there, a lot of people in the chat, guys. That's happening, guys, for the Montreal Canadiens. It's only game yesterday for that one. But some players have a difficult time, and we have to mention that. You know, Kaden Cooley, ouch. Oh, was tough. I know. First time back. For me, it was maybe his worst game with the Montreal Canadiens. I know he played with David Rebacker, but he was behind. Decision-wise, pass and escape, behind the player, get beat many times. He tried to navigate his first. That's what we said on my highlight recap game video. Was a rusty team. Sakoski, Jekai, and Cooley. All three come back for 7, 8, 9 months without hockey. They have to go back and to readjust themselves with the timing of the game and to be in shape to be ready to play those games. And unfortunately, it was not pretty for Jekai. Simoneau, 7 turnover yesterday. I know we have a great pass on the goal of the Joshua Roy. I understand that, but overall, Simoneau have a difficult, and not only him, by the way, the line of Simoneau. It was qualified American Hockey League, and that's the reason why they have a difficult time yesterday. We see Jekai tried to do too much. The Bunny House, a great point about this. Mayu did not play a lot the last 3 seasons. Gave him some time. Look, I thought Sakoski side got hurt. This a lot of people complaining yesterday about New Hook. He's not fast enough. He's not good about that one over there. Here we go, guys. I want to see this play over there. New Hook, he picked up the puck over there. Because of his speed, his agility of his edge work, he's going to create some space. He's coming to the board. He loses the puck. He's retravel the puck. He's going to protect the puck. And now he turn around. You see his edge work? The half moon edge work he just did? To do that, the first thing he did, he looked his goal for the Montreal Canadiens on that one there. Now, on this one over there, we'll see what happened here. Look, Jack Hughes on that play over there. Great pass. Look, Mayu get beat at the blue line. Mayu go behind the net. Very bad decision by Mayu. But what I don't like here, guys, is Barron and New Hook are too high and in front of the net. They cover all of them. So with three players was running after Jack Hughes, it was easy play for Hughes to pass the puck to Mercer, and they have a goal symbol on that one. He would love to have that pass again to get that one for Montembeault. But I just want to share it with you. Sometime I'm going to teach you a little bit more about hockey, what's happening on that goal, and what you have to do, what you need to create. And again, Mayu for me, it's about learning about IQ. What is right, what is wrong, what you need to do, what you cannot do. 2 times he can at 5 versus 4. You never chase anybody. I was so hard on my players. If you're chasing someone behind the net, you better to get the puck. If not, you're going to be sitting on the bench. Because it's IQ. 2 plus 2 is 4. If you are 2 plus 2, 3, it's a mistake. In hockey IQ, when you play on the short and dirt, you never chasing anyone behind the goaltender. Secondly, he constantly chasing him, and now he's coming back, checking back. He tried to pick him up at the blue line. That's NHL rookie learning process. I don't blame him like he's a bad player, but that's area you need to get better. What I love from you guys is not worry about anything. He's not worried about anything, Mayu. He go there, he get there, he learn process, but he's not afraid to make mistake. He recovery right there, have a bad shift, he ready for the next shift. I like those kind of characters or behavior from Logan Mayu. But he need to learn a little bit more, the IQ, a better vision about that. Is a big check against Tyler Toffoli. That's why it's a roller coaster. It's going to be like this. That's the reason he need to be a Laval Rocket. A good year. He did not have a lot of game in the last 2 seasons, and he need to get that point over there. Thanks, everybody, for all the likes. We'll try to get 50 likes. That'd be great. If you don't mind, that'd be awesome. The original mistake was trying to take out 3 guys. Look at getting the puck deep on the PK. About that one with that. Jake McEnway, welcome in the house. Thanks for being with us. I will pick up everybody here, guys. I'm excited about New Hook. If you play like that, I've been Asian about New Hook. So let's talk about, guys, about Mayu. Rebecca, yesterday, for me, have a good game overall for Rebecca. He's so calm. Rebecca, great on first passing. He makes some kind of transition with the puck. It's not always pretty like Mayu, but I like his flair of offensive side of the game. He's really poised with the puck too, and I really like him about that. Barron is Jacka got stronger as the game won on the wall. Anderson is a Milston term about that. Mayu need more game for sure. Is NHL ready practically? I don't know for which one. Mayu need more game for sure. Look at it's easier to and someone who is more aggressive can kick them and as motivate them. Franco, how you doing, my friend? Thanks to be with us tonight. So that's a bit about Rebecca, guys. We have a day off for the Montreal Canadiens today, and I want to show to you what's happening behind the scenes. We're going to get a lot of video from them during the same, but look what they are doing. So this is the warm-up for the Montreal Canadiens play with a truck, David Savard. And we see behind the scene, they are ready now for that kind of picture, videos they're going to create. And it's just a great time to see that video from the behind the scene, the Montreal Canadiens producer. And guys, I just get those clips left and right, and I make some kind of clip for you every night to show to you what they look like during the day. So hopefully you enjoy those kind of contents I bring to you. And that's happening. You can see this is going to be happening during the season on the scoreboard. And we're going to have a goal this year. We're going to show to you those kind of interaction for the Montreal Canadiens players when you have a goal. So you can see those picture for one day they did for the Montreal Canadiens. Again, this is behind the scenes for the Montreal. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like if you don't mind. We'd love to reach the number 50 likes tonight. So that's happening about this one. Cannot wait to see the real team. Yeah, they like a guy all the way. Good vibe. Mayu look like totally crazy on ice. Run everywhere. It skate kind of goal. Two mistake on the same shift. About this later. Going to have a good season. William McClary. Pouvez-vous demander à Coach Frenchy? You have a quiz, Frenchy? Yeah, we have a quiz tonight. About that. Kids will be kids. RJ Calabro, thanks so much. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. It'll be great. So this is what happening, guys, about Ray Backer tonight. What happening tonight? Now, guys, add fans negative too much. This is a subject I want to talk about this. And again, I don't point any one of you. Don't thinking because you said something negative, it's about you tonight. Because what I did around everywhere the last couple hours. On social media, every time that player is too small, that player does not good enough, that player does not good. Sakoski is a boss, everything. And I said, wow. It's only the first game. I just said Cooley have a bad game earlier. Jacky, they have a really good game. But at the end of the day, I don't say they are going to be a boss or they're going to be out of the team and they should not play there. My point behind that is I feel like we give a lot of bad comments about Sakoski. I don't know why. I don't know what the people was expect, but I'm a little bit concerned about that. Why we are so hard on Sakoski? He cannot skate. His legs is soft. So many things about Sakoski and every time he play hockey. I don't know if you guys expect him to become a star in NHL. But he's not going to be a star in NHL. He played only 39 games in NHL. And many fans think right now, oh, we should take Coley, we should take Jiricek, we could take Nemec. The guy played 39 games. Great article about Jack Hughes after the game. Jack Hughes said his first season in NHL make him so much better. I learned to go through adversity. I learned what it takes to be a hockey professional player. I learned it's okay to not be good yet. I learned it's hard to play at the best league in the world. Those challenge, adversity, he learned make him better. Year number 2, year number 3, until today. I don't say Sakoski guy is going to be Jack Hughes. Right? It's not what I'm trying to explain to you tonight. My point is, they have a path. People say, oh, send Sakoski Laval. Oh, Sakoski. He does not need to go nowhere. Sakoski fit very well in NHL. What we need is to let him alone and let him play hockey and enjoy this until 2026. Not this year, not next year, the following year after that. From that year and 2026, then you can start talking about Sakoski if he's good enough to play in NHL. Because at some point, we're going to destroy the kid. That's what Marcel St. Louis. Don't listen to social media. Don't look the social media. The kid is fine. The kid is okay. If you look about his game, very bad first period. He rebound after that, second period, third period. We saw him at least 2 times yesterday carrying the puck all around behind the net, like Josh Anderson did in the past. Pick up the puck, he go all around, he keep controlling the puck. He have an amazing, great shot at least 2 times. He'll open in space for Newhook and Anderson. But the kid is only 19 years old. Now we talk about he's a prone injury. He has to put his head up. He has to be stronger. He cannot follow the play. He's slow. He's too heavy. We just talk this way. I don't know why. I don't know. My point to you is like how we are too hard on him. What is your expectation for Sakowski? 10 goal? 20 goal? 60 goal? Because he's the first overall pick, he needs to produce. I look about the players pick up first round pick in NHL. The 3 first round pick NHL for the last 10 years. If you're an exception, a McDavid, a Matthews, right? Exception, they produce differently. But if you are just a normal first round pick, it takes a minimum 3 years before you reach that level. So at the time, we should be just calm down. He's fine. He's okay. Martin Saint-Louis enjoyed to have Sakowski. Saint-Louis was happy about his touch yesterday. But not the fans. The fans was, it's a very bad game yesterday. You see, it's not going to be better. Cooley had a very bad game yesterday. Nobody talked about Cooley in the chat last night. No one of you talked about Cooley last night. No one. I did not have any comments in the chat last night about Cooley. I don't point anybody. I just try to bring how we are too negative as a fans. How we should not down, let it go and let him play and just let him alone. That's the way and play Montreal. The pressure and the open up about that. And I think how, as a fan, how we are too much responsible about those kind of negativity or not. I open the subject here. I don't point any one of you. Don't take it personal. And I don't say I'm not negative, I'm not positive. I just give you an observation about what is the case about Sakowski. Now I talk to you, I did not look the feed yet because my feed is on the right side of my screen. But I look, when I talk this way, I'm passionate about something. I look straight on the camera. I don't see you, but I see my camera in front of me and I just go all the way there. I'm just in about that. But I would like to hear from you. How we are too negative? What are your expectations for Sakowski? Some of you consider him a boss. I see this 3-4 times this week. Did not play for 9 months, 10 months. But not many talk about Jekai yesterday turnover. Jekai got cut many times. Bad play. Nobody talk about Cooley last night. Is it because they are not first overall pick or not? My point at the end of the day, how we judge Sakowski too hard versus other players. And I'm talking about Cooley, Jekai. I can go with other name. I just mentioned them. They have a bad game too. Montembeault, you want to say in NHL, cannot give that big mistake he did yesterday. I know it's weird. Hit the bounce. First game. We all rusty. I understand that. But Montembeault had to be sure this could not happen during the season. It's happened pre-season, not end of the war. But again, right? We'll see what we got in the chat, guys, about that one over there. Sweden and Finland or Junior. I disagree with you, Rick. He should not be in Finland or Junior. I will tell you why. Because me and you, we don't know yet what it will look like in 3 years. If he scored 30 goals in 3 years, Montreal was right to keep him in NHL. Everybody had their own route. Jack Hughes did not go to Junior and play an NCAA 1 more year, Rick. He played straight to NHL. My point behind that, Rick, is everybody had their own route. You talk a lot about Shane Wright. He did the right things. How many goals Shane Wright has this year? Are you going to make the NHL? Are you going to score 20 goals? Everybody had their own selection. Nemec, Chirecek. Are they going to make the NHL this year? I don't know. My point behind that, Rick, is everybody have their own Lafrenière. Another case over there. A lot of people complain Lafrenière is a boss. He doesn't have a lot of point. He play on the third line, play about 12, 30 minutes per game. Does not play on proper number one. Of course, he's not going to get 60 points yet. But is he progress? Lafrenière. Lafrenière isn't a better player today he was 3 years ago. Sakoski is going to be better this year compared to last year. If it's yes, that's perfect. It's progression, it's development. There are no date deadline to say Sakoski have to produce this way. There are no deadline for Rebecca. There are no deadline for Cooley. And I can go all the way for each one of them. I'm not saying wrong, Rick, or I not said I'm right. I just said for me, everybody is different. Yeah, no best, because if it was the best thing for Sakoski to go back in Finland, everybody should do the same thing every year. Right? If it was best for everybody to go junior, everybody go back junior. Right? For me, it's every case is different. That's simple. If not, Sakoski is the abs. I just hope Sakoski does not focus on social media. Some priors only release it 20% find like about that one again because the goalie proved over Sunday's game in that WHL. About that one of them are very demanding. You are correct, Coach. Is he thought he has too much. He's on Luciano. The only reason Rebecca is not in America because he had he said no to the management. I'm going back at home. He never said no, by the way. Look about Rebecca. Rebecca said 3 days ago, I will go where they ask me to go. They asked him if he would prefer to go to Laval Rocket or to go back home. He said no. I will go where they ask me to go. And Montreal took a decision to send him back in Cloden. And again, guys, don't expect too much about Rebecca during the year. 2 goals, 7 points, 9 points. Why, Coach? They are the bottom already in the standing. They are the bottom. They are one of the worst teams in the league NL this year. So don't expect too much about Cloden for the upcoming season, by the way. Expectations are very high when you are a number one or a draft pick. I agree with you about that one. And again, I don't point anybody here. I love Rick, and he have a great analysis about business hockey, about prospect hockey. I just feel it's fun for me. If we could see the wide shot of Koja and the room, I'm sure you will see in our top sitting beside him, especially during the quiz. But look at good thing. Drouin is going to defend Nate to whipping the boy on the 10%. I want Sakoski to do well, but I don't think so. Rick, you are against Sakoski. I never said at one moment, or I never feel you are against Sakoski a lot. No, I never think that way. You show from Elite hockey 3 years before NHL for Raw and Sakoski. Never ever call him a boss. He is a kid, and he should have played with kids last season. Ryan, welcome. Don't forget, guys, to click on like. It's not easy for Cersei if his linemen keep changing. Too many people think Sakoski should be some kind of the Duke guy who is in the head of the other players. Sakoski and the whole other words, some will dominate over other players. Look, remember last draft, ad fans on internet was crazy because ad did not take Michkov. Sakoski is more mature for his age. Me, at the same age, leave the guy alone. We are rebuilding, for goodness sake. Mr. J. Amos, I respect a 20 goal scoring power forward with size and speed and 50-60 points. Yes, I expect the same way about that. I expect him to be a top 6 players forward. I hope he can score 25 goals at 60 to 70 points. That'd be an amazing, great selection overall. Right, we'll never take the Montreal pressure. Again, look, I don't know. the rumor, whatever it is, I cannot, you know what I mean? Like, I respect your opinion about this. I would say to me, I don't know personally, Shane Wright, you will take on that. But you went with the result like that. So I say, is a kid looking for son. But Gallagher is scout. Gomez was jersey solely 2 for Sebastian. He got injured because he was trying to work at one of those just the keep up. Almost every 60 games, so he got destroyed. If it was the only matter of time for him to get hurt, guess what? He did. I disagree with you about this, Rick, because anyone could get hurt at any time. It could be next week. Another player can hurt. He can play in the OHL. He can hurt. You can play in. Vincent Rower got killed almost in the OHL. It's not this. It's a process. It's just process, Rick. Just process. Should Juraj Zagorski been in the OHL last year and the AHL this year? This way, he progresses every year, slowly but surely. Your opinion could be right. For me, no. But for opinion is could be right. Coach Ab pick Zagorski, so they expect him to be natural and NHL level because we have fans are and Instagram McDonald's fast food quickly. We have too patient, sadly. Yeah, Zagorski is a big kid, Léon Renault. C'est the kid, looking for son. Back in our top. Welcome back in our top. When I say I was Zagorski at age, I was only worried about getting 5.15 cents per 24-hour beer at the legal at the house party. Can use is good, perfect, and with excellent. What do you expect, guys? Give them 2 more years at least. Going to be nice watching the young core this year. I got it right. Well done, well said. So Zagorski is the target to as the embrace and honest that challenge. About that, are you consider a kid at 18? What's the correct answer? That's the right answer. Okay, that's it. Welcome. No deadline, I agree, but I look at how much he did 3 years when I played college football. I got hurt. When I came for high school, coach, I have to work through hard to get up in you. Time we tell us, Rick, at some point. Oui, mon Nicolas. The top consult the quiz, Mr. X. Mr. X back in the house because it would be a huge target in the American. A funny thing, it's a good idea to play him in Laval. About that one. Honestly, I think Zagorski should be a pair with Anderson as a mentor and lineman. I was figuring out is fun. I was it's not that much easier. I don't think so. It's easier. I agree with you, Rick, about the NHL. Who got done great from the Canadian team today? Zagorski will have a huge target on him and the American League. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to play him in Laval. He needs to write that mentor to guide him. There we go. We get out. I open the door, guys, about Zagorski, and I like your comments. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be great. I see 82 game of Montreal. Zagorski do very well. Frankie, but I'm alone. Say that I'm crazy. Hell no. I have 40 years on my belt and 11 years old. I can set for the name and start at each of them. People don't seem to realize what type of player Zagorski is. He's not going to be a big goal scorer. He's real talent, is smart, creative, give, good play, and offensive on the coach. I count 1 in every 6 game. About that, the player allowed to play in NHL before 20 years old. The business take over if we don't allow the kid to development. And at top, I love you. You are talking sense. Well, I agree about that. Disagree, Marco. Zagorski is a good scorer. He was scoring huge goals for the Olympic team and night after night. Yeah, and Rabinov, but I think that would be not nice. Remember, guys, Joshua Roy, 112 points, 99 points, or 104 points. I don't know exactly how many points he did with QM. He maybe barely make 40 points in the NHL. They have a graphic show every league when you make a point about that. By the way, I don't know if I can get it here. Let me check this, guys. I did this last week, I think. I don't know if I have it. Here we go. I think I have it, guys. They have a graphic I got online, guys, about the difficulties of the league. I would put this over my head, right? And then I would go over here. I drop here. This is, guys, the difficulties in NHL. Which league are the best outside the NHL? Data from 2023 adjusted the age of his players. All right. The easy one, guys, is ECHL. Hockey Alvested, the WJC World Championship, the Germany League, the Finland League, the Czech League, the KHL, the Swiss League. See, NL. A lot of people think Rebecca does not play in the big league. It's too easy. He played, guys, on the third best league around the world. The Sweden Hockey League is the next one. And following by the American Hockey League. Rick just talked about American Hockey League. It's not easy. That's proved the graphic, proof to you guys exactly what he's talking about. And again, guys, I'm just sharing that part of it. And hopefully you don't think, and I hope it's clear, because my purpose tonight, it was not to put anybody out. And I don't want thinking about I was hard on the negativity. I just open a subject. I feel like we should let him a chance to preserve for the next 3 years. About that. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Yes, watch those tournaments too. He did score some big goals. That's not me. He's an NHL goal scorer. Coach, who will make it to the NHL first? Slavkovsky or Mayu? But Slavkovsky is already there. Now between Roy or Mayu, I would say Roy, in my opinion. Because Montreal have a lack of the forward. And I did not put this there, guys, and I think it was my next subject for Thursday with Marco and Artap. But let's open up the door, guys. We're going to finish the show this way. Which right winger would you like to get beside Suzuki and Caulfield? By the way, I should get that. That will be my next question this week. If you follow my pool, guys, we drop the pool, guys. You need to answer those questions on the pool every day, guys. We go now only at 400. We're below 500. Yesterday, which Montreal Canadiens player delivered an impressive performance against the New Jersey Devils? 57% like Joshua game yesterday. So congratulations for Juan. 23 for Anderson. Logan Mayo, 16%. And then, guys, the question of the night, of the day, is which Montreal Canadiens player do you have the most concern about for the upcoming season? Juraj Slavkovsky, Caden Cooley, Albert Jacquet, Samuel Montembeault, or any other players? This is the poll of the day we got here. But let's go back, guys, on my question of the night, on my subject, my last subject. Who do you would like to get that right winger for Suzuki and Caulfield? Yesterday, I said for the preseason game, I would try Joshua Roy with them. He had nothing to lose at the end of the day. And we'll see what Joshua looked like with them. We'll see if Martin Saint-Louis listened my proposition, my proposal. But we'll see about that. Coach, we would like... Coach, only read half of the Dragon book, but if late over it, it was see like Martin Saint-Louis get checker does not mean good. It chase, but with that, I agree with you, Franco, about that. Bobby Orr was a boy play against men. And I thought I agree with you on that. Defense and management put too much pressure on the young players. Gary Holm was not built, and they concern Slavkovsky. If Slavkovsky go to Laval, it would be so crazy on the net. I'm not proud every day to be a fence. Okay, out the bed. There we go, Marco. Good night, buddy. I understand we have to go to bed early. I agree with Marco. Slavkovsky will develop auxiliary talent going to line opening day about that one of them. Bonne nuit, Marco. Peter Graziano. I'm not on the wrong channel. I thought this was about the leave. Peter. We can talk about the leave at some point, Peter. Hopefully you're doing well. Glad to have you aboard. Don't forget to click on the likes. That'll be great. For that one of that. We'll pick it up here. So he's not an NHL player yet. Look at person, great subject coach. And my problem is not so you see it the way d'abord him, but basic. Rick, I agree with you about that one over there. Yes, he is my brother. You have a great brother, by the way, Peter. Great family, the Graziano. It's easy to get negative and pussy, just like at the news channel. I agree with you. Joshua, Rick. It would be a duck with a Caulfield is key, but it's only to make a duck a centerman. Look, you are right. More merit about that one over there. For the stat of the we'll put a duck for look. A former Canadian did 160 points in the WHL with a regional pat at 20 years old. His name, Jordan Will, who has a 4-line with Nicolas Delaurier. Jordan Will, yeah, right. Did not do well. Turnaround is NHL. Tanner Pearson with Suzuki and Caulfield for Gary Cournoyer. Who I would like Manen, who they will use game number 2 for that one or that. When I can't make it, you're welcome, Peter. How about that? I would like to see Suzuki a few games with Suzuki and Caulfield for Ryan. 3 more like to get there. Gary, I will not put Tanner per cause is begun next season. Rick, good point. Would be at the leave home opener as the Usher going forward. Congratulations, Peter. Enjoy your season with the Toronto Maple Leaf. Usher over there. We have to be respectful for them. They do a great job over there. They open the door for everybody. They bring you to the seat. It's not an easy job. Stand up all night. But the good thing, they can have access to watching the game and get access to the fun show, everything like that. About that. So I knew a lot of people. I knew a few people was Usher, and it's like anybody else, right? Be respectful with them. And if you have a season ticket holder, or if you go to the game many times and you sit at this same area, and the usher is always the same person, you become friends, right? They recognize you and they welcome you. And Peter, I wish you an amazing, great year for your season. Put Anderson with them. Tim will put Anderson with them for them. Manen and Doc should play together for Luc Laverson. You sound to like Pearson, Gary Cournoyer. About that, Toronto play 6:30 tomorrow night for that one. Don't forget to hit the likes and subscribe in our top. Peter, do you know Dave Funston down at Scotia Place an old shirt? By the way, we never find a picture of the Chinese usher at the forum. I don't know why we cannot get her. Like, why we don't have any picture for this woman? It's like Claude Mouton, right? Who remember Claude Mouton? You know, it's like Jacques Doucet. Jacques Doucet from the Montreal Expose. Radio play-by-play. I don't know why I never want to become a broadcaster. You know, I'm not good in English, but bonsoir, elle est partie. Le prochain frappeur, John Boccabella. Le but des Canadiens, compté par le numéro 36, Sergio Momesso. Assisté par le numéro 47, Stéphane Lebeau. Et le numéro 44, Stéphane Richer. Le don du but, 7 minutes et 26 à 7 minutes et 26 secondes. 26 secondes. Pas facile à dire 26 secondes. I don't know. I'm just going to go. I'm excited today. I'm excited tonight about that one over there. We missed a couple of coaches. If we believe reps and 9:36, hold on. I don't know where I put that one. Coach, if you believe reps and initial are good for development, then that rule apply to Sakoski. He should apply to Joshua Roy for that one over there. For that one. For that should be applied for Joshua. No William. I just thought there, but I will keep an eye out. Here we go. That'd be great. Good night, Nicolas. Soyez bon. Claude Mouton while studying our coach. Thanks on that tap. Coach, you will have been a hit, and English is all about personality. Booze Day. Booze Day. What's the number Booze Day? I think it was number 8. Booze Day. That's funny. Booze Day. Ron Fairley. I'm not remember 1969, right? But I got all the collection of the picture of the dernier hour. Mac Jones, the Jonesville, right? Bill Stoltman, Coca-Cola Boy. I don't know. One night we should do a show. You know what? We should do one night. I know the season start, but we missed this one. I think we should do a night of the Quebec Nordic. The memories of the Quebec Nordic and the Montreal Expos. How do you feel about that? Like, memories. Right? Delano de Shields. Andres Galarraga. I don't know. Is that what Noboa? John Wetland. I can go the way, I guess. I'm getting it. I just love it. Yes, Mouton was a voice. Her shirt was stunning. Franco. Some good coach. Bon week-end forum, mon Luc. Bose Day, Ron Hahn, and Mac Jones. Ron Hahn. I believe Ron Hahn was wearing number 33. He got hit by the ball all the time. Claude the plate, Mouton. Dementra, welcome back, Dementra. Welcome to the house. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. You could be an Res announcer. With the what's all the small things, Willie, Peter McNabb. I don't know if Steve G is here and Willie too, but I don't like the analyst of the Colorado Avalanche. I don't know why. Cannot remember his name. I saw him again last night. I have a difficult time with him. I don't know why. I like the play-by-play, but I don't like the analyst. He took the spot at Peter McNabb. He was on the radio before that. A2, good idea. App fan or not Nordic fans, look. Tony Perez, number 24. What a great career he has with the Cincinnati Reds with Pete Rose. And Al Oliver, number 0. Al Oliver, Rick. I would like to hear some Nordic memories, CG. I'm down for that, Coach Willie. Larry Parrish, number 11. Larry Parrish. Tim Wallach. Chris Spire. UB Brooks. Spike Owens. I'm talking about shortstop right now. Yeah, number 4, I think Chris Spire. UB Brooks, I think he was number 1. I cannot remember. Hey guys, we did not find the right winger for this game. We finished with a Montreal Expos conversation tonight. Can't we just give away Joel Armia and JJ? This is the last statement of the night. We just gave away, when you gave away some stuff at the house, you clean up the house, and you just bring this at the wheel, how you call it, the army store, at the storage. You put this, you just put your stuff in the back of the store, and they pick up this, put this on the rack, and they sell it for $2. We should do it with Joel Armia. Put this on the rack and said, you can get him for nothing. It is Valentine. Look, another former Ab spent the first 3 years of his career in the press box before he began to play game with the Abs. He asked his right winger not to be precise what his shot. He can pick up the rebound. Delano Deschirs, number 4. Rusty Staub, number 10. Yeah. Again, Dryden. No, Nozick plays our biggest enemy. His name was number 3, Steve Schott. Left we scored 60 goals. And his right winger was Guy Lafleur. Goodwill. Here we go. Goodwill. That was, Jesus, how can I remember? I remember that one. The Grand Orange. Too much young and no room for him. I agree with you, JJ, about that. And guys, that's conclude, guys, the show tonight. First of all, Pete Rose. Pete Rose. Junior Noboa. It was Junior Noboa. I think 1 year I have a 300 average. About that. Warren Cromartie. Andre Dawson. Remember Andre Dawson? Pascual Perez. Woody Fryman. I think it's Salto Alcatraz. Is it the guy with 6 fingers? I think it was San Diego Alcatraz. I don't know. Alcatraz looked like more the gel. But I think it was about that. So many fun good time with the baseball. Oakenboy. Yes, you're absolutely right about that. Dennis Oakenboy. Look. Oakenboy. Oh, my God. It's again too long for the initial start. Stephen Lebeau, number 47. Yes, it is. Coach UP. UP. Yeah. UP, yay. We are back at the Frenchy Quiz, guys. Are you ready for tonight? Hopefully you are. Not a bad night overall. 51 likes, 40 people in the chat tonight, and it's okay. We're going to get more tomorrow. Not big deal. I'm not worried about that. Things we cannot be in control. Tim Raines. Round LaFleur. Can you find the most ugly person in baseball? It was Josh Forster and Willie McGee. Willie McGee. One player I was really enjoyed the most for me, it was Greg Maddox, the pitcher, and the right fielder for the Atlanta Braves, Dale Murphy. He was one of the most classy baseball players I never met in my life. Dale Murphy. Guys, I don't know baseball. I don't follow baseball anymore, but in 70s, I follow baseball a lot. In 80s and 90s. After that, I gave up on baseball. Gilbert Dion, JJ, number 45. About that one. Franco Iacono, number 16. No, just kidding. I heard like Luc Laforcé was the bad boy for the 12-year, les Aigles de Trois-Rivières, club farm of the Cincinnati Reds. When I grow, I grow in the Trois-Rivières area, Shawinigan and Louisville. And I was too young. I was about 10, 12, 13, 14 years old. My dad likes to go to the racing, horse racing. And they have one in Trois-Rivières, Three Rivers. And beside that, you have a baseball park. And that time, the Trois-Rivières Aigles, les Aigles de Trois-Rivières, or the Three Rivers Eagles, I don't know if we can call it really, there was a team at the AA in baseball. I think the league was the Eastern Baseball League. I could be wrong there. But all the rookies guys played for the Cincinnati Reds, play in Trois-Rivières. That's why I grow. I get all the kind of stuff like that over there. Anyhow, we talk about long time ago. Andres Galarraga. Ozzy Smith, Steve G. Mike Lansing. Yes, Mike Lansing played with the Blue Bonnet at Montreal. One night, guys, long time ago. 2 years ago. I think it was my first year. We was late, 1 o'clock in the morning. We start talking about the Blue Bonnets and the strip club in Montreal. But you have someone with us. I cannot remember. He was talking about the Blue Bonnet. I remember to one day at the Blue Bonnet. the Hippodrome in Quebec, I believe, for that one. Otis Nixon, Randy Johnson, Rick Monday, des Aigles Bleus, Luc Lafortune. There you go. Sorry, guys, we are all off subject tonight. Let's go back on the Frenchy Quiz, finish the show tonight. In our top, take the lead with 22, have a win. Ghislain Laframboise, congratulations. And Luc, go, Abs, go. All the winner of the last couple of days ago. Honestly, it was the 25th. Congratulations, the 24th. And now going to finish this one, 27. About that, Yann Griffey, Brooks Robinson, Carl Ripken, Brooks Robinson, third base, I believe he was. All ugly was Mel Bridgman in baseball and hockey. Oh, we have a good time together tonight. Oh my God! Here we go. How many years have the Sabres gone without winning? I don't know why gone without winning a playoff round. How many years? The last time they win a playoff winning round for the Sabres? 11 years, 13 years, 15 years, 17 years, or 19 years. When was the last time that Buffalo Sabres win a series winning? Here we go. Sorry about that. Starting with there. Mike Rickey was pretty rough. Look at pro good hockey player. Top JJ. Yeah. Sonny White. Now we talk about the Montreal Alouette. Vince Ferragamo. The other guy was Roger, an amazing great white receiver. Rick go with C, 15. JJ go with B. RJ go with B. Léon Renault go with C. Sébastien with E. Claude Richard with C. Rand with D. Luc with C. We have Sébastien with E. Luc Lafortune with C. AI with A. Boomram is in the house. Go with B. Welcome back, Mr. Boomram. Don't forget, guys, click on the house. We'll close the support of the Oilers cities giving precision game. Quebec has been poor on the best when Winnipeg got the just what he said. It was a fact and this decision. Steve go with B. Real with D. Roy with B. Welcome back, Roy. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That would be great if you don't mind to do that. Real Prim is on the house. Willie with B. Ghislain Laframboise with D. A2 with B. Frankie with E. Gary Connor with D. Enarta with D. Mr. Moise Denson, Rick Bengal about that one over there. Here we go, guys. Oh my God! Time to select your winner of the first question of the night. And we missed Dixon. I apologize for that one. The answer is D on that one. Peter De La Riva. That's what. Engineer Aou. Wait, I have 3 open my computer. Leon, Coach, you ever go see a game at the... Yes, I've been there a few times. Ouderstad, yes, I did. I went, of course, at the State Olympic Stadium when they had wet. My dad was my mom. I think someone knows someone. I remember to went to the field. I catch the ball from Sonny White on the side. It was not a touchdown. Anyhow, in our top, Gary Conway, Justin Framboise, RDP, and Rand P take the lead 1-0. After that, you get go be a game at the Ouderstad. Yep, the Ouderstad. Question number 2. How many years the Montreal Canadiens did not participate to the playoffs since 1990? How many times they did not participate to the playoff? 9 years, 11 years, 13 years, 15 years, 17 years. How many times they miss the playoff since 1990? Are you ready? I am. Here we go. 9, 11, 13, 15, or 17. Good luck, everybody. Rick, go with B. It's out to the Sabres fans. Look, I agree with you. Boomerang Boo. Brooks Robinson died today. Really? Oh, sorry to hear that. About that. Rick, go with B. Probably. Show, Frankie. RJ, go with C. Frankie, we miss you, buddy. And Roy. Where's Morris tonight? Look, go with A. AI, go with C. Leon Renault, go with B. Rand, go with C. Leon Renault, go with B. JJ, go with B. 11. Claude Richard, go with E. Frankie, go with C. A2, go with B. And Boomerang, go with E. Susan Framboise, go with C. Luc, go with B. Sébastien, go with B. Thanks so much. Here we go. Gary Corneille, go with C. How about that one? Wait, in our tap is not there yet, I believe, on that one. In our tap C, Willie Standard with B. There we go.
Oh my God!
And so, guys, is C. 13 years. Montreal Canadiens missed that. That gave us now Rand P with 2 good answers. Roy with A. We have Ghislain Laframboise with 2. Gary Cormier with 2. And Arthur with 2. But RJ, AI, and Frankie scored 1 goal over there. A real deal have a 2-2 at the same time for real deal. Question number 3 of the night. Good night, Rick. Say hi to your wife, Dementra. Have an amazing, great night. We'll see you next time. Which season Abs have the most point per player? So, season 2001. We need to look at which season had the most point per players, like 25 goals, 25 assists, total 50. Does that make sense? So, the highest number of the point at the end of the year between 5 seasons. Which one of them? Is it 2001, 2010, 11, 15, 16, 08, 09, or 12, 13. I don't know why I put the season there, but it's a mistake for me. Here we go, guys.
Oh my God!
Clock is up. Nicolas, say, hey, Frankie is back. Boomerang, boo. Let's pull. I'm on the board. AR. Okay, Boomerang, so C. JJ. Which season the Montreal Canadiens player have the most points between those 5 seasons? 15, 16, 08, 09, 12, 13, 10, 11, 00, and 01. A2 go with B. And they are pretty close, by the way. One season is disqualified if you follow the hockey. Anyhow, A2B, Frankie A, Luc E, Roy, not 55, 76, not there sure. Go Richard B. About that one, the time is up. We're going to wait for the people, knock the door. We have a few people. AIB, Rand P with D. Thanks so much. We're missing Gary. We're missing Enartap. What is another go with E? Look, the first one, did you get it? Gary go with D. Look, the first one with D. Roy with D. Ghislain Framboise with C. Enartap with B. Here we go. Real deal with A. Sebastian with D. Here we go, guys.
Oh my God!
Question number 3 of the night. And so, guys, is D. And we have now a leaderboard of Ren P with 3 and 3. Justin Laframboise 3 and 3. RDP is at 2. Gary Cournoyer is at 3. Justin Laframboise is at 2. And Artap at 2. RJ now score a goal, is at 2. And then Sébastien at 2. And Luc Lafortune and Roy Stad score a goal on that one over there. Question number 4. Here we go, guys. What is the highest number of the game-winning goal and one regular season by a Montreal Canadiens players? Is it 9 game-winning goal and one regular season? Is it 11, 13, 15, or 17? It's like 2 and 3. Shot for pitié does not work. Franco, apologize for that one. Which player was it, Sébastien? I think it was Kovalev. I think it was 75 points. Look, 0 about his wishes. And it was cut at the cell blade. RJ go with B with 11. Thanks so much, RJ. The clock is off. Here we go. We are back. AI go with B. Real deal go with A. We have BBA so far. We have A2 at B. Ren go with B. Nicolas go with D. Nicolas, welcome back. Bonram go with E. Claude Richard go with A. Claude is 0 so far. JJ, I'm going to say A. It was Brand Bellows for JJ. Brand Bellows, number 23. Great career with the Minnesota North Star. Frankie go with A, 9. Sebastian with B. Willie Standard with C. Gary Conner with C. Luke with C. Roy with D. We have Gary Conway, JJ, Luc Lafortune with E. And after with D. Sebastian with D. Bomb to be Ab is in the house with D. Thanks so much. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. Here we go, guys. On that one.
Oh my God!
The answer is C. Guy Lafleur did it in 1978, 1979. Guy Lafleur with 13. And on that one, guys, what's happening? But now, Ghislain, Gary Conway is the only one take the lead at 3. But Ghislain Laframboise and Ren P are still at 3. RJ at 2. We have a goal from Luc Lafortune at some point. Willie Snyder and Luc go Abs, go Abs, go. Have a point on that one over there. So, last question of the night, guys. Are you ready? And our top can tie the game. Rand P can tie the game if Gary is wrong. If Gary is right, this game is over. It's by himself. Good luck, Gary, on that one there. Question number 5. I thought it was Richard. No, it was not. Anyhow, which ad player never have 4 hat-tricks in one regular season? So they never have 4 hat-tricks, right? 3 goals in one game. Which one of them never did it 4 times? Malone, Morens, Pierre Larouche, Morens, and Béliveau. We mentioned Morin's twice, Coach. I apologize. It was not Morin's twice. I'm going to change the answer, guys, over there. Don't worry about that. It was Richard. Maurice Richard. Here we go. Apologize on that one there. We're changing the answer, guys. Malone, Morens, Larouche, Maurice Richard, et Billy Bo. Good luck, everybody. I thought it was Richard in our tap. Dale, Real Dale go with B. Nicolas go with C. A2 with C. JJ with E. AJ with E. AI with E. Born to be abs. Luc Laperson. Ren A. Ren P go with A. RJ go with D. Luc go all C. Claude Richard with C. Born to be ab C. Frenchy with D. Bonbram with A. Oui, important for Gary Cournoyer. And our tap, Ren P. Ren P, if he's right, he can tie the game. Bonbram with A. AI, AJ. I know, I call you AI. Justin Framboise go with E. Justin could tie the game too, if he is right with Billy Vo. Classy Billy Vo. Willie Snyder go with B. Morens. Gary Cournoyer in our tap. Gary Cournoyer, we are still waiting for you before the end of this game. Or maybe he left the building. Gary Cournoyer go with B. In our tap, go with E. Billy Vo. Which player never had 4 hat-trick in one regular season, guys? And the most of them, guys, was 7, by the way. Sebastien go with B, Roy with A. Interesting, guys. Roy, Ren is with at A. Gary Cournoyer go with B. And Justin Framboise go with E. If one of them is right, we'll have maybe a winner. Guys, the answer, that's one. Francois said C. He was right. Pierre Larouche, guys, never had 4 hat-trick. He did only 3, like Matt Specialty. Jean Béliveau, Maurice Richard, Guy Lafleur, Owe Morens, Newsley Lalonde, and Malone have 4, 5, and 7 hat-trick. Nobody did 6 extra. With that answer, guys, we have only one winner tonight. Is going to be Gary Cournoyer. Score again a goal. He is the only winner of the contest tonight, guys. On that one. I gave now Gary Cournoyer 11. With 11, he reached RJ at number 2 on the standing behind Inartap. Inartap is already at 22. And then following by Andy Kouivula. We did not see Andy tonight with 10. And then we have a few people at 7. And that's what we got tonight, guys, on this show of the Frenchy Quiz. On this, on great Yahoo. Yes, you got it, my friend. Thought it was a trap. So I choose E, Mr. Ghislain Laframbe, about that one over there. It was not, but it was a good thinking about this one. It could be that trap. Sometimes I did that. This concludes, guys, another show tonight. I don't know if you enjoy it. Thanks so much, everybody. We want to thank, guys, Russ Cohen to join us live tonight. He was with us for 45 minutes. Hopefully you enjoy it. Guys, you are the one run the show. You tell me if you like Russ. If you like him, I'm going to bring him back. If you don't, we don't bring back. Don't forget, next Wednesday, Marco D'Amico is going to be with us live. The first time with us. Marco is going to become now a co-host 10 times during the year. So I can't wait to see Mr. Marco D'Amico with us. And that's concluded, guys. Another show tonight. Hopefully, you're going to click on the like before you leave the building. Tomorrow, It's a Montreal Canadiens versus the Ottawa Senators. We'll be live streaming the show, 7 o'clock. Of course, we're going to go through this game all together with a post game following this game. And then Thursday night, we are back with our locker room recap of the week with Inartap and Marco Larabie. There we go. That's conclude, guys, everything we got tonight. But before we leave, we want to remind you one more thing, guys. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. You have greatness like Luc Laportune has inside of him, and Franco Iacono, and Gary Cournoyer, and RG, and many of you. First of all, I want to thank all the moderators to be a part of the show tonight. Of course, I'm talking about Inartap and Luciano. Thanks to be a part of the show. And then all the members of the Hockey Nation join us every night. We thanks for your support. What about the great super chat of one of them, only one tonight, Mr. Sean B. I apologize, I didn't talk to him too much. I was in a conversation with Russ Cohen. We want to thanks again Russ Cohen. And each one of you, you don't have to be a member. You don't have to give us anything. Only thing you have to do, click on the like and show up every night. This is the reason why we come back every night. Until then, my friend, we wish you an amazing, great night, sweet dream, and the Hockey Nation and the App Nation want to tell you one more thing. We love you, people. See you tomorrow night, 7 o'clock p.m. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. Thanks again. Good night. Vincent Danfous, number 25. Oh, yeah. Good night, AI. Good night, RJ. Thanks so much, buddy. What a great night. It was fun tonight. I really enjoyed it. Good night, just like directly from Laval. Have a nice restaurant, Laval, Italian. I cannot remember. Have a nice restaurant, Italian restaurant in Belleuil sur la rive sud. Many times I go there. Serge Chabot was there a lot of time. Anyhow, good night, everybody. Ho, ho, ho. Booyah!